A house on a hill overlooking the Mexican border has a mystery buried in the basement dating back a century or more. We went to El Paso to examine the clues to the backstory. The expansion of the railroad to El Paso in the 19th century brought opportunity, but along with entrepreneurs, it also attracted gamblers and gunslingers, earning El Paso the nickname the six-shooter capital. It hardly looks like the Wild West anymore, but underneath these streets, a mystery from El Paso's history remains unsolved. A steep slope rises to Sunset Heights, the first streetcar suburb of El Paso, where families built big homes to enjoy beautiful views of downtown, framed by a backdrop of Mexico. Neighbors here have heard about the mysterious Turtle House tunnels.
I think it's probably somewhat exaggerated, but it's a fun story.
Mark Watts lives at the top of the hill in this historic home. The Turtle House is down the street. Stephanie Uribarri of the Pearl Management Company says it was probably built around the turn of the century.
They would have had a sort of hidden entryway to get into the basement without being seen.
It's not particularly beautiful or architecturally significant. On the outside, there is one thing that's peculiar: a turtle.
There's no possibility that this was done by accident. It was a carefully planned and executed space. All right, watch your head here. You have to crouch down pretty low. You've got this arched brick, and these vaulted ceilings imply that there could be another room or chamber on the other side of this wall. If you look at the very end of that tunnel, you'll notice that there's an arch, and it looks like that's a window that's been filled in. So that could be an open window that leads to another, but we don't know.
Gotcha.
So this is the largest of the tunnels.
When you think tunnels, you think smuggling. The U.S.-Mexico border is the crossroads for smuggling people, guns, money, or drugs. But it is not just a modern phenomenon. Let's take a look at different theories that date back more than a century. Uribarri says Pancho Villa himself might have used the tunnels to secretly store munitions for the Mexican Revolutionary War in the basement of the Turtle House. Another theory: the tunnels might have been used to hide Catholic refugees during the Cristero War when Catholics were persecuted. And the third theory: it was used by Chinese laborers after the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 banned them from entering the country. They would secretly pass through the El Paso Juarez corridor. So which of these theories about the Turtle House tunnels makes the most sense? That turtle on the side of the house may be a clue. The turtle is a symbol of safe haven for the Chinese.
They would come and use it as a safe house until they were ready to travel to other parts of the country.
Chinese laborers first come to the U.S. for the gold rush in the 1840s. Then they help build the Transcontinental Railroad. But when the railroad is complete and the economy is in decline, Americans blame immigrants. That leads President Chester Arthur to sign the Chinese Exclusion Act in 1882. The first such act banning a specific ethnicity from entering the country. Many Chinese are stuck in Mexico.
Back when this would have been occurring in the early 1900s, it's when most people were illiterate. So these houses wouldn't have existed. The turtle would have been facing Mexico, and it would have been visible from far away as a symbol that this was the spot.
There's another clue that supports this theory.
Architects who have come by have said this is an absolute marvel and a feat of engineering. You'll also know the support beams are railroad ties, which is why the theory that it was Chinese laborers who were seeking safe house is the most likely theory behind what this was used for. So here's the hallway, and you can see it's got separate rooms. It's like a home.
In terms of documentation, there isn't much out here except an article from 1922. This headline refers to it as the Ghost House. Ghost House is finished. Was place for boy marauders. The rat is caught by police. The kids are looting the neighborhood and storing their goods in the tunnels. So who's the rat? The kids' secret code to enter is the phrase, "Bid the rat enter." They are eventually caught.
So even in 1922, that long ago, this building was already the focus of intrigue and interest in the basement.
Further evidence may be hidden behind the walls.
We would love for a university or an academic to come in and be able to excavate this area if it's safe and try to figure out the mystery of the Turtle House, because we'd love to know too.
Revolutionary munitions, Catholic relics. For now, any definitive answers are concealed in stone. The evidence points to the most plausible theory being the Chinese laborers. The only thing they know for sure, the turtle has been here from the beginning.